Wes, obviously we're talking to you for a reason this morning, being from the Tampa area. Can you kind of take us through, what these last few weeks have been like with, not just one hurricane but two, and communication with your family and kind of their situation this week?
Yeah, it's been a kind of a crazy week in Tampa and the whole west coast of Florida. The first hurricane came through, a lot of damage there, and now they got hit again. So it's been kind of chaos there. And I grew up in Tarpon Springs, which is close to Tampa. So it's been tough from afar, not being able to help and seeing what's affected so many families there. It's really just a sad thing to see.
Well, for those who may not grow up in the hurricane path of something like this before, how would you describe what it's like knowing something like that's coming and trying to determine, what your family probably had to try and determine?
Yeah, it's very tough because hurricanes, you see them coming from afar, and you never know where it's going to hit, how strong it's going to be. So all you can do is prepare the best you can, and sometimes that's not good enough. Unfortunately, a lot of homes with storm surge, unfortunately gets ruined, and puts people in very tough situations. So all you can do is just prepare the best and make sure you're safe. That's the most important thing in that situation.
From that area, how does it feel for you knowing that your team here in Louisville is doing something to help them out?
Yeah, when I heard about that, I was really happy about that. The fact that Louisville's going to match a donation and help out in any way, I think shows what the club's all about. So when I heard that, it made my heart warm a little bit. So.
Talk about it. I mean, they're potentially matching $10,000,
Mm-hmm.
$20,000. What can that money do from your perspective growing up there? What can that money do to help those people, those victims?
I think for them right now, it's anything helps, and that's a good amount of money to help in any way possible. The victims down there are going through a lot right now. My friends that I know. So, yeah, I think this will go a long way to help them get back on their feet and start moving forward now after these storms.
What do you think it says about the community of Louisville to give to a crisis that they have not seen in person? They're so many miles away from just kind of.
Yeah, I think it's really cool here in Louisville. You don't really get affected by hurricanes. You're really inland here, but I think it shows the warmth and the character of the town of Louisville to help out and people in need right now. Like I said, I think it's a great thing that the club is doing this.
As you're talking with your folks back there, just what are their general impressions? Are they okay right now back there?
Yeah, thankfully they're okay. I got a text this morning. My mom and dad went to my brother's home, which was a little more inland in Trinity, Florida. My parents live closer to the water, so they were gonna wait it out, and me and my brother were telling them to, kind of get out of Dodge, and thankfully they did. But no, they let me know this morning that they're okay. But I've been keeping up with them, texting them, calling them, just to make sure that everything is fine, because it is worrisome being in beautiful weather right now for us, but it's so different down in Florida right now.
How would you describe the emotions of kind of watching from afar the news coverage? It's constant, you see videos and such, but is that difficult for you from this far away to see that?
Yeah, I think it's really difficult. Actually, I was talking to my best friend who lives in California now. It's weird for us not to be there right now to help out because, thankfully, I think this is a time that brings those communities together. You see people helping out, getting rid of stuff, and it's hard not to be there to help out in any way, whether it's my own family or friends or anybody really who needs that extra help in hand. So, yeah, it's been tough. That's why I've just been texting people, trying to stay in touch, let them know I'm thinking about them through these difficult times.
Have you been in touch with anybody, family or friends, that's really been in the middle of the devastation?
Oh yeah, it looked like the first hurricane, Helene. The storm surge was significant where I'm from. My dad's home, there was 4 feet of water in there, so there's not much you can do when salt water gets in. You can put sandbags up, but when water's coming, Mother Nature's so powerful. And a couple other good friends, their houses are pretty much ruined, right now. But it's just been really hard to see from afar and not be there to help out.
You guys on the field with Tampa have always had a competitive rivalry and played some big matches, but how cool is it to see something like this show that you still care about those guys across the field and so many others back in that community?
Yeah, it's a rivalry game, It's always good games between us and Tampa. We have a lot of history, but above soccer, you know, we're all human beings and we all have lives and families, and, you know, no one wants to see someone struggle like this. So, you know, the fact that Louisville City is donating to a cause like this is, I think, is what matters more than soccer at the end of the day.
Let's get to training.
All right.
Thank you, Wes.
Yeah, thank you guys.